All right, welcome to our free guitar lesson live stream for kids. If this is your first time here, I put a link in the Smith Music Facebook page where you can follow this right from the beginning. So if this is your first time playing a guitar, sure, follow along and it's great. But you can actually go right back to the beginning. This is our third lesson together with our amazing volunteers, which I have Callie and Oliver, which I'm going to unmute right now. And thank you guys so much for joining me. And I have Gordon LaBelle here that's helping me with comments and all of those kind of fun technical things. And really glad to have these folks here. And just as a disclaimer, we do have minor kids that are in this stream, and I do have parental permission for them to join us. So here we go. Let's rock and roll and get some guitar lessons going. All right, so we are with, so let's take a look at how Callie did first. So we worked on the song All About the Bass last time. And Callie, how did it work for you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Can I see how you did?
I don't really remember the notes.
Oh, okay. So were you able to practice? And you know what? I just realized I didn't put the sheet in the comments last time, so you probably didn't have that to go on, right?
My mom took a picture during the lessons.
Oh, okay. So you don't have them in front of you to see, so you're not exactly sure what you should be playing, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find that real quick, and I will put this in the comments for everybody as well. And let's just see if I did it. There it is. Okay, so so you can read it if you have the sheet music up in front of me, is what you're saying? Okay, here we go. There's your sheet music. Cool. Yeah, no, keep going. Sorry, I'm just commenting from afar here. Doing good. You're doing really good. Very nice. Okay. So I think, Callie, that you may have had a little bit of trouble understanding the tablature. And but that's okay. Well, that's what we're here to work on sometimes. Sorry, I'm just got my screens all messed up here. We're going to go through that, and this is a normal course of lessons where we don't always. And you're also, reading this for the. I don't think you've read it in a little while, and you're doing it on a live stream. That's really hard. That's lots of pressure. So that's good. We're going to go back in a second and take a look at that with you because that's going to help out other folks too. And Oliver, let's see how you did. Very nice. Okay, so you got all of those parts down. Now, and again, I apologize for not actually giving you guys the sheet in the comments. I'm going to put it in the live stream for this one as well. And so did you take a picture or something, or did you have it memorized after our last lesson, Oliver?
I had it memorized.
Nicely done. Nicely done. That's super awesome. Okay. So Callie, I want to go back to you for a second and re-explain this for a second because I bet you're going to get it and go, ah, okay, I see what's going on. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put the sheet music back up. Can you see the sheet music, Callie? Okay. So our very first note that we have here, can you play that one for me? Yeah, and do you have a pick anywhere, or you don't have to use a pick, but it'd be, if you got one, that'd be super awesome. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a pick going. We're ready to rock. Okay, so the very first note, Callie, I'm going to put this on close cam for you. There we go. Got a little bit of the Blair Witch Project going on here. We want to use our middle finger on this 5. Can you play that for me? Nice. And then our next note is the 4 on our 5th string that we want to use our index finger for. I think you're on a 5, so you have to actually, now you're on a 6, so you want to go back 2 frets. So you're here and you want to go back to there. There you go. Now play that 5th string. Yep, so that's our first 2 notes, is that one, and there's our second one. Can you play that one more time? And one more time for me. Good. And then our third note that we have, do you see where that would be? Yeah, and we're going to use our pinky finger there, our little finger. That's what we want to do. Then, so there's our first 3 notes. I want you to do just that a couple of times. We're going to get this locked into memory for you. Nice. One more time for me. Nice. Do you think you can add the next 2 notes on? Because it goes back to your second note and then back to the first note. And I'll show you what I mean. So what's going to happen is you've played, get you a better camera angle, you've played 5, 4, 7. We go back to the 4 and then back to the 5. Yep, if you use your middle finger on that 5, you are 100% perfect. And middle finger, so your second finger, it'd be this guy right here. Oh, there you go. So that's what you want to use. That's what you want to use. Is that making some sense, Callie? Can you try that a couple of times? I'm going to work with Oliver here for a second. And so I'm just going to mute you, and I want you to play that first part, 4 or 5 times. That work? Okay, good deal. So Mr. Oliver, okay, can you play that for me? Unmuted the wrong person. There is Oliver. So Oliver, can you play that for me again?
The whole part?
Yeah, the whole thing, because you had to memorize. That was super awesome. Very nice. Okay, so with that, You're playing it with really straight timing. This is good. We get to level up this part for you now because you're playing it 100% correct and using the right fingers. That's good. Now we're going to make it sound a little more like the song. You're playing it like that. Does that make sense? Now, when I change the timing but don't necessarily increase the speed, you're going to hear it start to sound more like the song. That was faster. I lied to you, Oliver. Look at me go. I think that's a pretty doable speed for you. Do you hear the difference in timing?
Yeah.
Give that a shot just on that very first part. So when I play it fast, two, three, and one. So the very first note is held slightly longer than the second note, and the rest are even after that. Does that make sense? Now,
Yeah.
you don't have to play it that fast, but I want you to have your best go at that, okay? One more time. Yeah, okay, that's starting to sound more like the song. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Every single one of those parts does the same timing. Then it goes to the third one. You hear what a difference the timing makes on it, Oliver?
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to play it fast. It's really about holding that first note a little bit longer. That's all good. It's all good, man. Now, I'm going to get you to practice that a little bit, and I'm going to go back to Callie. Okay? Awesome. Callie, how are you doing over there?
Yeah.
Can I hear that first part now? Very nice, very nice. Now, so when you were practicing it at home this week, did you have a hard time like reading the notes off of the picture that your mom took, or was it fine?
Fine.
Okay, okay. And it's pretty common that we'll show somebody something on week one, and there's a little bit of a misunderstanding, and week two we come in and fix it up a little bit. But you did great. And actually you have this first part down perfect now. Actually, I want to see it one more time, and then we're going to move on. Yeah, okay. Now you're working to play it pretty fast and you're getting it really good. Now, the second part, do you understand how the second part will go? I'm going to put the sheet music up there for you. Um, I'm going to show you this as a pattern as opposed to you reading it from the sheet. Here's our close cam again. So we have our fifth fret. We're playing 5, 4, 7, 4, 5, right? Does that make sense, Callie? That's our first one. Beautiful. Okay, so our second one, it's very similar to the first one. We move our hand up 2 frets, and we're going to start on the 7. Can you do that? Can you put your middle finger on the 7?
Yep.
Now, as a hand position, it's almost the same, except instead of going 1 fret lower on our next string for the second note, we actually go 2. And then we do a big stretch. Does that make some sense?
Yeah, a little.
Oh, okay, I'm going to put the sheet music back up for you too, because you can see that you play a 7, 5, 9, 5, 7. Yeah, can you give that a shot and go nice and slow? Don't care about speed right now. Perfect. Good. Nice. Can you do that a couple of times? Good. We want to use our middle finger on that last note. There we go. Now, I want you to play over the first two parts now. Get those really, really, really good. Because the next thing that I want to start to work on with both of you is seeing if we can pull something up to speed. It's really hard, but once you get one thing up to speed, other things get easier. So I'm going to mute you there, Callie, and you can just work playing through those first two parts. Do you have them both memorized, Callie?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, rock and roll. I'll be right back. Mr. Oliver, how are you doing? I'm just looking in on you. How did you do with that rhythm?
It's kind of hard.
Okay,
You can do
yeah,
it last
let's hear. And actually, you definitely can slow down from there. That was good, though. That was really good. Nice. Now, can you do that with all three? But you can like let yourself slow down a little bit from there. Well done. Well done. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard would you say that is, Oliver? If 10 is difficult and 1 is easy?
7.
7? Okay. How hard do you like things to be when you learn them on that same scale?
I don't really care.
So, you're fine if it's like a 13 out of 10? You're cool to dig in? Okay. Let me know if you're getting discouraged because actually, to me, this looks really good. What you're playing there it looks really good. It as we work and building some speed, things get a little sloppier at first. That's fine. It's totally cool. Okay. I want you to keep rocking that out, and I'm going to go back to Callie here and see if I can add the third part in for her. Okay.
Yeah.
You're getting. It feels like I'd have to go back and double check, but it feels like you're actually getting about 75, 80% close to being able to play with the song. That's awesome. Sweet. Okay, keep rocking that out. And Callie, I'm back with you here. How are we doing on this?
I'm pretty good.
Can I hear those first two parts now? Beautiful. Nice. Now I noticed that as you're going through, you're kind of, wondering, okay, what fingers should I be putting down here? And you have the wrong finger responding. And that's pretty normal, just so you know. That's totally how it works. I would rather you play slightly slower and use the right fingers because right now we're programming your fingers to respond. Does that make sense, Callie? Okay, can you try that one more time? And our sole focus in the entire universe is to use the right fingers as we play it. And we'll play those first two parts. Very nice. Yeah, okay, there it is. Callie's got it. Okay, now the last part. Let's go to our close cam again. So you did the first part. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so this is your 5th fret that you played. Okay, then we did the second part, which you got down, and you are rock and rolling that all day long. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move our middle finger up one string. And I know this way's up because the sound gets higher. Okay, so can you go to that 7, the 7 on your 5th string with your middle finger? There it is. Yeah, good. Then our hand position is exactly like our first one, but we're on this 7 right here. Does that make some sense, Callie? Okay, can you try that? So you're going to go 7 and then up to your 4th string for 6 and then 9, 6, 7. Let's see how you do there. Second one. Now we're looking to do the third one where we move up 1 string. And I'll put the sheet music back up for you here. So this is, let's go like this. Just give me 1 second there. This is the one we're doing now, right there. So we do 7 on our 5th string. This is now on our 4th string. Let's try that note again. Nice. And then you go back to the second note, which is the 6, and we're going to use our first finger there. Good. This third one more time for me. Oh, we want to use our pinky there on that 9. Look at me nag. Good job. Is that feeling okay? Do I feel like I'm being a big nag to you today, or are you doing good?
Doing good.
You'll let me know, right? If you start feeling like, this guy's pushing too hard, I'm not a fan of that long-haired dude from Mornville, you'll let me know? Okay, okay. Can you try that third one more time for me? Super awesome. I'm going to mute you now, and I'm going to get you to practice putting all 3 of those together. Okay, and I'm going to go back to Oliver here. Mr. Oliver, how did you do? You were, oh, I'm the wrong person muted and unmuted. There we go. Starting to figure it out. Oh. Okay, I think we got it. Oliver, there we go. We're with you now. Can you play that one more time? That fast part there?
I can't do the whole thing. I can only do the first part fast.
Okay, let's hear what you got. Let's hear what you got. Very nice. Very cool. Here's the deal. Yeah, here's what you can do. And actually, if you back up a little bit, the audio is cutting you off because your guitar is loud and Zoom has this automatic shutdown thing. I'm not a super big fan of some of their audio settings, but your guitar is so loud, which is great, but it's making Zoom actually turn you down a little bit. So if you move back a little bit, is that possible? Is that easy for you to do? Turn the whole world upside down for yourself, but it'll probably, yeah, that'll probably make it sound a little bit better for everybody. There we go. Okay, I think that's going to work better. Now, so when you're playing this, you have this first part actually pretty well up to speed, I think. Actually, let's take a listen. Let's see how fast Megan Trainor is going. And okay.
aussi baisser l'intensité du micro.
Is this yours?
After we're done with the YouTube advertisements, here we go.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass.
Okay, so you kind of hear I went a little bit fast on one part, but that's about the speed you were doing it, Oliver. That's really good. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to do the first part, and you have that rest. Then you're going to try to just do the second one. Okay, so you're going to do the first one and the second one. Don't worry about getting everything going all together. You think you got it?
Yeah.
Let's see you rock. Beautiful. Good. Now you're just going to focus on those two, getting those two going right up to speed. So, and sometimes in lessons we do new songs, but if I gave you guys another new song today, you'd have kind of a whole bunch of songs going that aren't really up to speed and aren't really progressing along. So that's why I want to focus on this because really I want you guys to be able to play something along with the artist. That makes some sense?
Yeah.
Okay, rock and roll. You keep rocking on those first two. I'm going to go check back with Callie. And Callie, how are we doing?
Good.
Okay, can I hear all three of those parts now? Yeah, it's all good. You know what, Callie? I'm going to get you to just start over again because I think you got this, and but I took you by surprise here. Yeah, and don't worry about speed, Callie, and you're not falling behind. Like Oliver's got this going pretty quick. You are not falling behind. Everybody learns differently, and I know some like speed doesn't matter. It's not there's no competition, so you can just totally relax and play this at the speed you know you got it. Does that make sense? Okay, let's start this one more time. Oh, I think yeah. And now I'm going to put the sheet music up for you because I think that is going to be useful. Here we go. There's our sheet music. So on this first one, when you played it, this is no big deal. You played a 6 here instead of a 7. Let's do just this first one again. Rock and roll that for me for a second, Callie. Good. And if we were going to do everything 100% correctly, we'd use our pinky finger on that 7. Can you roll that for me? There she goes. Okay, second one. You remember the second one? There she goes. One little mistake in all of that. And what it was is we played this as a 5, like what this one is. This one is slightly different, and I'm going to show you that on my guitar. hard to keep all this straight, isn't it, Callie?
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing really great. Okay, so the first part. Now the second part is 7, 5, 9, 5, 7, but the third part doesn't use the 5. It uses the 6. 7, 6. Let's get you a better camera angle. See how the second one reaches way down here, and then the third one, it doesn't reach down quite as far. You try the second one, and then the third one. Close, Kelly. What happened this time is when we played it, we did 7, 6, 9, and it should have been the 7, 5. And then this one is the one that uses the 6. Can you try those two again? So we're going to do the first one again. Oh, sorry, my bad. The second and third one. And 5 instead of a 6. Yep. Oh, you're right. Go to where the dot is. That's the 9. Then good. Okay, now we're going up a string, and we're going to go 7, 6, 9, 6. Oh, we want to go up one string for that 6. Good stuff. Difference between those two? Do you see the difference between those two, Callie? Yeah, okay. It's kind of tough. Now, I am going to put this PDF in the comments for you guys so that you can continue working on that. Can you play the second one and then the third one? Can you do it without the sheet music? Is that possible? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, we want to go to the 5 on that one. Good stuff. And we want to be a 9 on that third note. Good job. And then the third one. I want you to keep rolling that. I'm going to go back to Oliver here for a second, okay? Do you think you'll be able to do that? You'll be able to remember both of those?
Yeah.
Okay. I totally believe you on that. That's good. Okay. Mr. Oliver. Okay. How did you do, bud? You were working on those first two, getting them down to speed.
It's hard to get them one after the other.
Okay, let's hear. And you know what? This is as much about making mistakes and then trying to fix them. There's zero chance we're getting this up to speed where we play everything 100% correct all the time. Yep. So now, sorry, you were going into the third one. I interrupted you there. I'm gonna shut up, and I want you to start at the beginning again, and I will be quiet and hear you play all three. Okay. So here's the deal, Oliver. I know that you're listening to yourself play it and you're going, okay, there's some notes that are a little bit choked or they don't sound quite right. And is that what's bugging you about that? Okay. I am really impressed with how you're playing that. It is, when we're trying to learn to play fast, it's actually really smart to play things really slow and get all the brain connections to our fingers really good. But then you kind of have to throw your fingers at the fretboard and see what happens, which is the phase that you're in right now. It doesn't all go perfect when you do that. And I would say, maybe 1 out of 5 notes is a little bit choked. Okay, cool. Now here's how you solve it. What you're going to do is you're going to practice at that speed as much as you can. But if you're always making a mistake on the same notes, what I want you to do is then go back to playing really slow. This is one of the big things that a lot of people don't do, is go back to playing really slow where you know you have it. Does that make some sense?
Yes.
You go back and forth between playing really slow and really fast. I bet you next time I check in on you, you got this up to speed. Now, just a really brief check-in. Did you play the Imagine Dragons song we were working on as well?
Kind of.
Let's hear you do that. Awesome. That's awesome. Now you're almost up to speed on this one too. Did you do any trying to play it with the YouTube video or having it on your playlist?
No.
Okay. I think that's what we're going to try next time. Okay. Either with that one or All About the Bass. So I want you to work really hard on both of those. Okay. So this week before I've always said, I'm not worried about speed at all. Now this week I'm saying push ahead. Make sure you go between playing slow and playing fast.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to check in on Callie here. All right, Callie, how'd you do on that? Can I see that second and third part? I'm just going to put your sheet music back up. You're really close, Callie. Really, really close. This is great. So you played this 5 as a 6, and then on the first one, you played this 6 as a 5. And this is kind of no fair to you in a certain from a certain perspective, because I had to take the sheet music away so that I could go work with Oliver. So you're going from memory and you're trying to keep it all straight. So that doesn't reflect on you at all. But this sheet is going into the comments. It'll happen after about 4:30 today. Okay. And what I want you to do is practice through this whole thing, but I want you to double check, like read the tablature really close until you really feel like you absolutely understand where all of those are. Now, the Imagine Dragons song, did you work on that as well this week?
No, I didn't.
Okay. That's a really common answer that I get from people, and I want you to pick it up again this week. Can you do that? The reason why is that I want to get something up to speed with both you and Oliver. And that one, it's a little bit slower because it's like we get to hold each chord for 4 beats. And so I think that one's going to be the easier one to get up to speed. So you're going to want to do both, okay? Okay. And now I'm going to go to Gordon here for a second. And Oliver, did that all make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. You guys are rocking. I'm super impressed. I'm going to unmute Gordon, or he's going to unmute himself. I don't have control over Gordon's settings. That's awesome. Gordon, do you see any comments rolling through? I know we're still probably having some issues with our commenting on our software here. So if we don't see a question that you have, I will go back through and check all of our feeds and answer them after the stream. But what do you see there, Gordon?
I don't see a lot. We got Jared Larson said, "You got this, man," and "Hey, Paul."
Okay,
And that's about it.
Jared Larson. I feel like I should know Jared Larson. Um, and I'm so bad with names and connecting names to faces. So Jared, I feel bad that I'm not connecting those two things up right now. And I'm just gonna check my Facebook feed here. See if we're missing any. No, it looks like we're good. Okay. Our volunteers are doing amazing. And let's just get out of here. Sorry. Trying to manage all this tech stuff and fun things. Okay. So so our big goal next time is to get both of our volunteers to be able to play something up to speed. This can take a couple of weeks. This is not necessarily, as somebody that's viewing this, the most fun thing to view, but it's the really kind of necessary grit part of lessons. And so I want to thank Callie and Oliver for really sticking with this, because this is where like we dig in and we really start working on these. And are both of you feeling okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. You're going to let me know if I start boring you, because it's not a wrong decision to actually bring in another song next time as well. And I have a vested interest in seeing you guys both play something up to speed. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys rock, and I will see you next week at the same time.
Thank you.
Very welcome. They totally rocked.